Spin your body like a block. Keep you gassed up like a drop top. We gon' cruise. Careful how I treat you, I know it's gon' set the tone. Cause I don't wanna hear that when we on the phone. Let me level you up.
What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. I heard that we have Tylan in the building. What's going on?
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, man, listen, I appreciate you being here today. Thank you. Give me some love.
Absolutely.
Boom.
I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Listen, we got a lot to talk about, so, go ahead and give us that official introduction.
What's up, everybody? I'm your boy, Tylan. Y'all can find me on all socials at official_Tylan. That's official_TYLAN. I'm a singer, songwriter, do it all. So y'all gonna be seeing me real soon.
So he really out here working, you guys.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm talking about. Where you from originally?
From D.C.
Oh, you from D.C.? Okay. You out here in Atlanta full time now?
Yes, I just relocated down here 3 months ago.
Oh, so you brand new to the city.
I'm still fresh, My music career started here 4 years ago, but to actually be here full time has only been 3 months. So.
All right. So let's take it back. You said that your music career started here, you said about 4 years ago? Mm-hmm. Explain that to us.
So I've been singing all my life. Come from a very musical family. My great grandmother, she's known as the First Lady of Blues in D.C.
Beautiful.
Her husband, my great grandfather, he was a drummer. My granddad, he had a group in the 30s. My grandma had a group in like the 50s, 60s. My mom used to sing. So everyone in my family sings. So coming up, I was singing in church, in the church choir and stuff like that. And then from the ages of 6 to 13, I was in acting at theater camp. Doing that. But when I turned 13, I was like, man, I kind of got too cool for myself, Like
that happens. It happens.
I was that guy, like, would be in the parties and just sitting in the back, on my phone and just filling out, like, I wasn't that guy who wanted to be out in the front. Like, if it wasn't about school, girls, and sports, I really wasn't tripping. But I would still sing for the girls in school. Like, I would still, like, hit a little 1-2 for them every now and again. And all my friends used to be like, Ty, like, you can really blow.
Yeah.
Like, you need to make something out of this. I'm like, nah, man. I can't sing. But eventually, when I turned 15, my mom, she's an author. She wrote a book about our crazy family, and she had the dope idea to do a soundtrack for her book.
Oh yeah, that's definitely necessary. That's amazing.
Yeah, so she came down to Atlanta, and I told her that I wanted to sing, and she told the producers, and we did a song, and that's how my career all started. That is
so amazing. I love hearing when the family's involved, and that's where your inspiration came from.
Absolutely.
So I heard you say that you did a little 1-2 for the girls back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Give me a little 1-2 right now.
A little 1-2.
Come on now.
Okay. What I want to do real quick. Okay. Every time I was in LA, I was with my ex-girlfriend. Every time you called, I told you, baby, I'm working. I was out doing my dirt. I wasn't thinking about you getting hurt. I was hand in hand in the Beverly Center like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's a little something. Little something, shout out Usher, you know what I'm saying? That's my biggest musical inspiration. So anytime anybody asks me to sing, he's usually my go-to.
Absolutely. You look like you could be a little brother.
Hey. Shoot.
Slick,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Come on, Usher. Yeah. No, that was great. You came with it.
Oh yeah, I always gotta be prepared for that.
Hey, you came with it because honestly, a lot of times when I have singers in here and I ask them to sing, they're just so modest and shy about it. Like you came with it, and that's what I'm talking about. You have a big, powerful voice.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And you I do too. People be telling me you loud. Yeah, I am loud. You know.
Yeah, I hear that all the time. I'm one of those guys be telling stories and I be super animated. My friends be like, Ty, like it's not that deep, man. Like bring it down. I'm like, dang, but that's just me.
I'm the same way. I'm always using my hands and I'm so animated. That's just, what's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
That's why.
Are you a Taurus?
Yes. Give me some love.
When's your birthday?
April 29th.
Okay, so you're April 12th. I'm May 16th.
I don't know if you can. We're on your way out. Look at over there is my logo. It's TampaMystic and it's got the Taurus.
Oh, the Taurus.
Yeah, upside down. Yeah.
That's hard.
Taurus season just passed, you know what I'm saying?
It's still our season,
all
man.
year long.
All year long.
See, that's why we caught a vibe.
Absolutely. I should have known off the break.
Nah, for real. That's why I asked what your sign was, because I noticed I got other Taurus friends. My son is a Taurus, and we're all just very animated. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. So about 4 years ago, you said you really like kicked your career off out here in Atlanta. Then you took it back to DC, but you were living there, right?
I mean, all of my work I've pretty much done in Atlanta. I did a go-go song because, you know, DC is known for go-go
Absolutely.
music.
Facts.
So I did a go-go song with Donnell Floyd. He's known as the Prince of Go-Go.
Yeah.
So we supposed to be releasing something real soon off that. So that's probably the only thing that I've done at home as of right now. But
so would you say that you get more support musically, not from your family, but like others in DC or here?
I think it's a mix.
Yeah.
But I say Atlanta more.
Okay.
But it's a mix. I mean, I got a nice little fan base back at home, but I'm trying to continue to build on what I got down here.
So let's talk about that a little bit, you know, because the thing about this music business that I've been in it for a very long time is one of the hardest things to do as an artist or a content creator like myself is to get people to support you, right?
Absolutely.
It's tough. And I would say as an R&B artist, would you say it's a little bit tougher because there's so many, I love all music, but there's so much trap rappers out there and stuff like that. I'm an R&B junkie. Like, that's my love. Like,
absolutely.
I ride listening to her and stuff like that.
That's my girl.
That's my girl too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, would you say as being an R&B artist and a singer, it's a little bit tougher for you to break into the industry?
Oh, no, it definitely is, especially right now. Hip-hop is dominating everything right now. And, you know, as an independent artist as well, I think without the machine behind you, like from a label, it takes a little bit more time. But, you know, it all pays off in the end. Like, I've been posting, going crazy on my social media, and people been starting to really find me. So hopefully I'll get an attention from a label. Well, I have been getting attention from labels. So hopefully some from that will be coming real soon, so I could get that machine behind me where more people can notice me and really, you know, I can show them the love that I have for
Absolutely.
music, stuff like that, so.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's really dope because I can tell that you understand this business because you worded it exactly how I worded it. The label's like a machine.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's what, you know, artists really need, whether it be a major label or even if they have an independent label that's got some financial backing. It's hard to do it otherwise.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this. Coming up in September, I'm hosting a big music conference, and it's 11-year anniversary DJ music conference. Can I invite you to be a special guest of mine and perform? Okay, cool. Boom. Boom. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, just let me know. I'm always down to perform for new audiences so they can see my face and hear my music. So absolutely, I'm there.
Okay, cool. I'll give you all the details. It's September 16th. I've been hosting their music conference every year for probably the last 8 or 9 years. And this year is not any different. I'm going to be doing interviews, hosting, but they always allow me to bring a few artists as my special guest to come rock the stage. So,
well, I appreciate you,
absolutely,
asking me to,
of course.
do that. So, yeah, I got to be there now. So,
yes, I'm excited now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's talk, you know, as far as the music that you've put out. We'll say over the last, you know, maybe 1 to 2 years, have you put a full body of work, like an album or EP out?
Not yet, but that's in the works. Hopefully we'll have that released in about a month and a half. We're finishing things up right now.
Yeah.
I got a new single coming out next week called Twisted.
That just sounds like it's gonna be dope.
Oh yeah.
I like the title.
Yeah, we definitely got some things coming. So hopefully, like I said, in the next month and a half, I'll have my first EP out, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
So let's talk about that EP a little bit. Is it something you've already started putting together?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's crazy because as I've been down here working with new producers and just making new sounds, it's like, yo, we didn't had to scratch pretty much everything that I already had. Like, we had the whole EP like pretty much finished for a minute now. But now that I've been making this new music, it's like, yo, we might have to go back to the drawing board with the track list.
Right.
So, you know, but it's pretty much done now. I say like 90% done now. So.
Yeah, because I think as an artist, you're always creating new music, and every new song you get outdoes the last one in your mind, right?
Absolutely.
You know, you're like, oh man, that last one was dope, but this one, man, this one's on fire. Then the next one is more on fire.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You hit the nail on the head with that.
I know. I work with so many artists and they do, and then they end up with so many songs in the vault, and they're like, what do we do with all this music?
Yeah, I have like 70 plus songs in the vault right now.
For real?
Over the past 4 years. Yeah. Yeah, so
let's talk about your creative, concept of how you put your music together, especially as an R&B artist, because I'm sure it's quite different than a rapper. A lot of rappers, they just go in the studio, they punch in, they don't write no more. What is your creative, process for putting any type of songs together?
well, it really starts with how I'm feeling that day. Like if what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in a sad mood, like if I'm thinking about past relationships or girls that I've dealt with, or sometimes I try to tap into like the stories that my brothers, like my friends, be telling me about what they going through in life. So it just depends, and I work with a lot of great writers, so I just give them the concepts and they just go crazy. Or recently I've been actually helping, getting my pub, you know what I'm saying? Making sure my pen is on there too.
I know that's right.
Yeah, so it just depends on how I'm feeling. It all starts with the concept. How I'm feeling that day. So
because your vibe is always going to change, your energy is always going to change, and
Facts.
it kind of has to be in the moment. Like whatever you're feeling right now, it's going to be different tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So do you have a creative space in your house where you can, if you on the spot need to do something, or is that's probably still coming? You're still new here.
Yeah, that's still coming for right now. I definitely want to build a studio at my new house. So
Absolutely.
that's in the works right now. But I mean, for the most part, anywhere. Like if I hear melodies in my head or I'll write down some words, or I'll quickly take out my phone and voice memo it.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
to document stuff. So it'd be anywhere, to be honest.
Absolutely, because even how you deliver it, the tone, even if you can put like a stencil on your phone, that way you can go back and reference, okay, this is how I want it to sound.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
hey,
A skeleton is important.
there you go. Is that what we call them, the skeleton?
That's all I call it, the skeleton. Yeah.
No, exactly. It's like bare bones. You get the little structure together, because that's what our
Facts.
body is. A skeleton is a structure.
Exactly.
I like that reference. I've never heard it referenced that way before. That's really
man,
dope.
Well, yeah.
We're using that from now on. It's the skeleton.
Yeah, it's just a skeleton. Just a skeleton.
I heard you mention about, making sure you're getting your publishing and everything, and that's one of the most important things, obviously, in this business is making sure you're getting that payola for every piece of work that you do. Let's talk about that a little bit, because there's a lot of artists out here who don't have their business together just because they don't have guidance or they haven't taken the time to learn that. Talk to us about the importance of it, and maybe you can drop this gem on another artist who's, on the rise. How important is it for you to actually take the time to learn the business and get all your business together?
It's very important. You don't want to get stolen from or taken advantage of. Anything that you write on, you want to get credit for it.
Yes.
If you don't get the credit, then your money is just out there floating, or
No, for
somebody
real.
else can take it. So that's why I always say it's important to have somebody behind you that but truly believes in you, that can school you in the business,
That you trust.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they could tell you the certain things, because I didn't know that coming up when I was 15.
Of
learning
course,
all about
yeah.
this stuff. So
it's a learning process.
It's great to have my mom, who is my manager. And
That's amazing.
Her having the connects that she has, that they truly believe in me and believe in my potential, what I can be in this industry, doing my music. So they just school me on all things like publishing and writing credits and stuff like that. So
it's
that's
so important, especially, and it's beautiful that you have your mom behind you, because who more can you trust than your mother, right?
Absolutely.
I seen on social media just this week, an artist that I follow, and the person that was managing him was taking his writer creds.
Wow.
And he didn't know anything about it and I'm just like, that's why artists, you have to stay in tune and understand what's going on, because
Facts.
somebody else is making money off of your hard work.
Absolutely.
That's like a punch in the gut.
No, it is. And it's how do you get it back,
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's like, legally, what do you do? So, to avoid all that, just make sure out the gate you have all your music business together.
Right.
Does there other things that interest you, such as film or any other business ventures?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. So like I was telling you, about my come up. So from 6 to 13, I was in acting and theater camp.
Yes.
So I definitely want to get into acting. My grandma, she always says, boy, I really feel like, your acting career is going to be way bigger than your music. And I'm like, Grandma, that sound good. My first love is the music. So
Right.
obviously I ain't gonna say that my acting gonna be bigger than my music, but I definitely want it to be where both of them are equally and I'm doing amazing things in both. So
Absolutely.
I definitely want to get back into film and acting. So.
And I think also too, not only just acting, but even having your music in film.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
yeah.
big business too.
Yeah, I actually just had my song put in an independent film.
Congratulations.
yeah, thank
That's
you.
a great way to start.
Yeah, so That was big for me. That just happened a couple months ago. I'm not sure when the film is dropping, but it's supposed to be like the first song on the movie. Like it's supposed to intro the movie off. So
that is amazing. Yeah. And that's a good feeling too, because I actually, for the first time fairly recently, I did the voiceover intro for a movie that's out on Amazon and stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, so it's just so dope to see or hear your hard work on the big screen,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do. Even like on your social media, if you see people that are posting that they're getting ready to do a film production, reach out to them and say, hey, do you guys have, submissions for music? Because they got to have a soundtrack, right?
And that's exactly how it happened too. Somebody, I think his name was Director Baines. So shout out you, Director Baines. He posted something on his social media saying that he needed some R&B music. I just reached out to him, and
boom,
I sent him like 5 songs, and he actually loved all of them. But for the vibe of the movie, he liked the first one that I sent him. So that's how that happened. That's
really dope. So with the songs that you send him, how did you narrow it down? Because I know you said you got a big vault. How did you narrow it down to which 5 songs that you were going to send him to check out?
It was depending on, like, as I asked him like what was the vibe of the scene that he wanted. So I think he said he needed an up tempo type of song, but like it was fun and open. So I sent them the first 5 songs I thought about that just matched that vibe. So yeah.
And it worked out for you. That's dope. Congratulations on that, because that's big, because now that is going to potentially open other doors for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Next time we got to slide you in the movie. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. I've been in a couple movies though.
Okay.
So, independent films. So hopefully, like I said, I'll be getting bigger roles soon. People be sending me scripts and stuff like that.
Yeah, so most definitely. Are you a dancer?
I am a dancer.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually why I moved to Atlanta to go through artist development. Because a lot of people in my generation, they feel like they could just go viral on social media, and that would translate to performance, like them being on stage.
Absolutely.
That's where artists, we get a lot of the bulk of our money is from touring.
Yes.
And it's like, if you don't perform well, people don't like what they see on stage. It's like, how you gonna put butts in the seats and make your money?
No, for real.
That's the main thing that I wanted to do when I came down here. I wanted to work with choreographers, that can help me on that side, so I could be well rounded. So when I get on that stage, it's like I leave people, when the experience is like, whoa, like that's he the next one. So
because it's the entertainment business, you got to entertain the people.
Absolutely.
Especially if you have like that Usher type vibe, that's what they're going to expect when you get on stage.
And that's what and that's the first question everybody tell me. They be like, when people ask me who are your idols, I always say Michael Jackson. That's when
of course, the greatest.
Chris Brown and Usher, of course. So when I say those 3 names, the next question is always, oh, so you dance?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so that's when I came down. I'm like, I gotta make sure that dancing side is on 10. So.
Nah, for real. Absolutely, because you want to put a show on for people.
Absolutely.
You want to pack them arenas out, all
Facts.
that. Most definitely.
I want to be like Beyonce one day and pack out stadiums,
Facts. So, that's the goal.
Yeah.
If you could do a show with anybody right now, like tonight, go do a show and rock the stage with someone, who would it be?
It probably would be Usher, Beyonce, or Chris Brown.
Okay.
One of those 3. Like, or Drake, of course.
Yeah, Drake is definitely one of the GOATs for sure.
That would be, any of those 4 would be stupid, because obviously they pack out arenas, pack out stadiums. So have all their fans see me perform, and they're like, oh man, like that's the next one. So that's just going to build my fan base. So yeah,
absolutely. Especially if you are vibing similar to them. Not to say that you try to sound like them, but if your vibe is similar to theirs, their fans are going to love you as well.
Absolutely.
And that's the goal, man, is just to build that biggest fan base you can. With that being said, let's talk about that. I'm sure you're in tune with your analytics and your Spotify, and you can check to see where them streams and stuff are coming from. Where would you say that you are getting a lot of support from right now?
I'm getting a lot of support in Texas, and I've never stepped foot in Texas at all. Yeah, in
Houston, it's so supportive.
In Dallas, I think Austin as well.
Okay.
Like, Texas, I'm big down there. Like, the radio station's always playing my music. All of my top streams usually coming from Texas. So I definitely gotta have something in Texas very soon. Atlanta, DC, New York. Those like my top 4. that I can think about right now.
That's what I was gonna say. You got to make that trip to Texas soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely got to make that.
Houston, he is on the way.
I am. I'm on my way, man. I've never.
Houston, we've got a problem, and he's coming. He about to tear it up down there.
Absolutely, and I've never. I've been to how many states have I been to in my life so far? 14. I've been to 14 states, and Texas not one. So I gotta obviously go there to scratch that one off the list. So
Facts.
why not have a show down there? My first time there.
Absolutely, especially if you got a fan base out there.
Facts.
You know, and it sounds like that you do, and the DJs are rocking with you. They're playing your music. And how does that feel? Talk to us about that, you know, and maybe, you know, talk to the people, you know, any DJs that have been supporting your music that maybe you've never met. What would you want to say to them?
And I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Because without y'all, the people are not hearing my music and not, you know, wanting to follow me and be along on my journey. So I just truly appreciate y'all, and you know I got some new music for y'all to be playing them coming very soon, and when it drops, you know I'm definitely gonna be sending it all y'all way. So I just appreciate y'all, and I love it, man.
Man, big facts. Now, are you open currently to doing collabs with other artists if it makes sense?
Oh, absolutely. I've done. How many features do I have right now? 5 right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I've worked with some major artists. I've worked with Soulja Boy. That song I released My Type last year, and it just reached 1 million streams on Spotify.
Wow.
You know, I work.
You need a plaque.
Oh yeah, the plaque is coming. We already got it ordered. So yeah, that's
I was gonna say
incoming.
you know about all that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's just leverage right there. That's great leverage, and it gives you some notoriety as well to say,
Facts.
look what I did as an independent artist.
Facts.
That's big.
Yeah. So Soulja, Wale.
Oh, okay.
You know from DC.
Of course,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, and getting him on the song, that was amazing because you know both of us from the area.
Yeah.
I just previously worked with Enchanting.
Okay.
She's a rapper, singer on
1017. Yep.
So she's actually on Twisted. So
Yeah.
you'll be hearing that song next week. Ronnie DeVoe, and I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, it's Slim from 112. So
Man, so it sounds like you've worked with some really dope people, but guess what? You're just as dope as they are.
absolutely.
Period.
I appreciate you saying that.
Period.
So, yeah.
All that. We throwing all that good stuff out into the universe.
Manifestation, you know.
You
what I'm
got
saying?
to manifest it.
yeah.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in that, because if we don't speak on it and we don't throw it out to the universe, it's not going to happen. You got to
Facts.
believe it and talk about it as if it's already happening.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm already one of the best.
Nah,
And,
for real.
The world will see
The
it
youngest
very
in
soon.
charge. He doing it, y'all.
Absolutely.
We about midway through the year. What can we expect to see from you throughout the rest of 2022?
Like I said, I'm trying to drop at least 3 songs within the next 4 to 6 weeks, and the EP hopefully will come shortly after those 3 singles drop. We're already working on part 2 of the EP, so I wanted to do something. You know, we talked about her.
Yes.
Coming up, and she actually came out while I was in middle school,
Oh,
singing those
yeah.
songs for the girls. So she was one of those artists that I used to sing for the girls. So when she came out with that first EP and that second EP, and it came out and made him an album, I was like, wow, that's a dope idea. So that's something that I model after. It's like, that's something I want to do. I want to drop 2 EPs and then collide them to make an album, and then just flow from there.
I agree, man. And she's so fire. I think she's so talented because it's not, I mean, she has a beautiful voice, but she plays instruments and all that.
She's crazy.
She
so,
is.
Yeah.
She is, man. Like, I was like, I don't usually get starstruck, but she's one of them people that I'm like, man, I would love to meet her and just be in her
Facts.
presence of greatness, you
Facts.
know? Absolutely love her. So throughout the rest of the year, we're going to expect new music.
New music, absolutely.
Videos.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I think we're going to, are we going to drop? I think it's based on me. So, yeah, I'm going to drop Twisted and the end of the video probably either the same day or a week apart. We haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
So, so that's going to be coming. And, you know, especially other videos coming for these other 3 songs.
Dope.
So it's gonna be big.
So throughout your journey in this music business, you know, you've probably invested in a lot, you know, because it's not a cheap business.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say has been like one of the most important things that you've invested in as an independent artist coming up in this business?
Marketing.
Yeah.
Marketing is most important. You know, you can have a great song, but if it's not marketed to the public right, it was like, what was all that work that you put in for it? So
For what exactly?
exactly, you know, everybody's on their cell phones now, so it's like
Right.
if you're not in on social media every day, like really tapping into your fan base and the people that follow you, it's like you're not at the forefront of their mind anymore. So that's something that me and my mom have really been locking in on, just making sure that we're spending the money in the right places now.
Absolutely. Yeah, you have to be mindful of that because this business there's a lot of smoke and mirrors out here. There's a lot of people they tell you that they could give you the world and they don't do nothing.
Do nothing. Yeah, we unfortunately have run into that throughout these 4 years, but things are starting to open up and we're running into the right people now. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And it kind of will happen that way. Once you meet a couple of the right people, it's all going to tie in together because they're going to introduce you to someone else who's a solid person.
Right.
You're working with Bez. Bez is like, he's a good dude, man. Like I said, I've known him for a long, long time. We've done a lot of business together. I've hosted listening parties with him and we've done interviews.
Yeah.
And how did you get connected with Bez?
Through my producer, Guitar Boy.
Okay.
And Slim. And Slim's cousin Dobie, so shout out those three amazing guys. Guitar Boy was blowing Bez's phone up for like 2 weeks straight. He was like, yo, I need you to see this guy that I've been working with, this young kid. He's a singer, he's 18. I was 18 at the time. He's like, he's 18.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I need you to tap in with him. And he finally, came to the studio one day. I sang loud for him and I performed for him, and he was blown away. Like, that's all he could say was like, yo, like, I'm blown away. He was like, I would have never thought that you was 18, 19 years old. So yeah, that's how that happened.
And Bez is going to keep it all the way real with you too, because he's just that type of person.
Right.
He sent me some in-studio footage. When he hit me, he was excited. He's like the next Usher. He was so excited when he came to me. So it was like, I already knew that it was going to be, a great interview, because when Bez comes to me, it's always solid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's great that you're connected with him. I know throughout your journey, you've probably had some ups and some downs and somewhere in between, right?
Facts.
If you don't mind sharing, what would you say has been like the biggest like struggle that you've had to overcome throughout your music so far?
Overthinking.
You are such a Taurus.
Yeah, I overthink everything. Like, when I'm in the studio, I feel like for example, I'm doing a new song. And I will be sitting on one line of that song trying to make sure it sounds exactly how I want it to sound. Everybody in the studio will be like, yo, you hit it perfectly. Like, there's nothing more you could do. Like, move on. Like, let's go. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Over and over again until it sound the way that I needed to sound. And also just putting the music out.
Yeah. Not holding on to it for too long.
Exactly. So, and that's something that I did for the longest. And I think the pandemic has something to do with that too.
Right.
But, putting it out, I don't want things to be sound outdated when I put it out.
Right, understood. So, but I think with R&B music, it's a lot more timeless than other genres of music.
Facts.
Some of this rap music, I love it all, but it's very trendy.
It's very trendy.
So it's only cool for maybe about 3 to 6 months, and then it kind of fizzles out.
Right.
Because they're talking about what's going on right now, versus R&B. You're talking about love and life and relationships. That never gets old.
Exactly.
So I think as an R&B artist, you have more, longevity in this business than if you were a trap rapper. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I thank God every day he gave me this voice, man. I'm thankful that those people kept nagging me and kept telling me like, yo, don't waste your gift, bro.
Yeah,
like,
because that's exactly what it is. It's your gift.
Right.
Most definitely. So let's dive into that just a little bit. We all have a gift or multiple gifts, and you act and you sing and you do other things as well. Which is your passion? This music is your passion.
Absolutely.
What would you say is your purpose in life?
What is my purpose? I really feel like truly that this is my purpose. Music is my purpose. And I'm supposed to use my platform to promote, God and what he's done for me in my life.
Absolutely. And touch other people.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a very spiritual person. Growing up, like I said, with my grandma and being in the church, she's always preaching about God and what he's done for us in our life and all the blessings that he has given us. So, that's what I want to do. I want to promote God and spirituality, but also therapy, like for the young guys. Like, it's a stigma especially for black men growing up that, we're not supposed to show our emotions and things like that. And I was going through a lot at the end of 2019, going into 2020. I lost my granddad and I lost my uncle, and I was just going down like a downward spiral.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
a lot of emotion.
My life went down like oof, like I hit ground zero, and I didn't know what to do and didn't know where to go because I'm the type of person I don't like to
show your emotion.
Show my emotion. You know?
Most men don't.
Absolutely, and you know, it got to the point where I told my mom, because my mom, she has a background in social work, and you know, being that she is my mom, I don't tell her everything. You know, like she's my best friend. Like I classify her as one of my best friends.
But guess what though? Moms know everything. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she does, and she was like, "You're not gonna talk to me. You got to talk to somebody." So, that led me into eventually getting into therapy, and it's been the best for me. Like I've been becoming the person that I want to be again, and just really tapping into who I am as a person through therapy. So that's another thing that I want to promote.
Yeah.
As my platform continues to grow, like it's okay to show emotion, guys. It's okay to, you know what I'm saying, let it out. You know?
I agree wholeheartedly. Just coming from a woman's perspective, and I'm sure that, you know, they're going to agree with me because there's other beautiful ladies in this room. I think personally it takes more, you're more of a man when you're okay with showing your emotion and not caring what other people think.
Right.
Let that pride down. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I told my son, because how old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay. Oh, my son is older than you.
Oh, wow.
You know, but that's what I told my son always. I'm like, don't be afraid to show your emotion. It doesn't make you weak. To me, it makes you more of a man because you're okay with letting people know you're hurting sometimes.
Right.
You know, come to me and talk to me about stuff, you know. And I was a single mom, and we had such a great relationship through high school. He probably told me a little too much that I didn't need to know.
That sounds like me. You got to listen to my song I just released in April. It's called Thank You Mama. I think that you and your son will really enjoy that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to let him, you know, because my son is biracial, right? So, you know, growing up, you know, it was a little tougher because, you know, I was stigmented. You know, I was a single mom. I have a black son, and it was tough. And that's what I wanted to instill in my son is, you know, we're going to go through some stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go through some stuff. You're going to be stereotyped. People are going to look at you differently, but guess what? You're beautiful. You know, let that emotion out. Don't let anybody ever tell you no different.
Facts. Yeah, it's like I'm talking to my mom right now. Yeah. So you definitely got to listen to that song.
I am, and I'm going to make sure my son listens to it as well. In fact, my son's in Florida, but he about to move up here, so I'm super excited about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to your son, man.
Yes, you know. So definitely. What else can we expect, you know, coming up from you in the near future? More great music. I know that.
Just more great music and more talent, you know. People been saying I haven't really been showing my personality to the world. So now, you know, I'm getting more comfortable with, you know, just showing people really who I am outside of the music, you know, my other interests in life, and just showing my goofy personality. Everybody saying I'm a goofy guy, I'm a funny guy. So yeah, I'm just showing it all, man. I'm about to be real vulnerable with everybody.
That's what you gotta do. Just, you know, sometimes it's a thin line between not giving them enough and giving them too much.
Right.
You have to find that balance, especially with social media, because I'm sure you understand this. As your name gets bigger and you start getting more of a fan base, they're really gonna pay attention to every move you make, and they're gonna pick it apart.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Thick skin?
I am. Because, you know, that was one of, like, the main arguments, like, me and everyone used to have, like, Ty, you don't post enough. Like, you're not showing the people who you are, like, outside of the music. So I really feel like once I get to that place where everyone knows who I am and everybody is, you know, screaming my name and is waiting for me to do certain stuff, like, I know how to disconnect.
Yes.
You know, that's most important. You got to know how to disconnect from that stuff. And I feel like I already, being the person I am, I already know how to disconnect from certain things. So I'll be fine.
Absolutely. I can tell that you got a very strong personality in a great way. Well, you're a Taurus, of course.
Absolutely, yeah.
Duh. Like, what am I talking about? You're a Taurus,
you know
y'all.
Shout out my Tauruses out there. You know what I'm saying?
No, guess what? My son is a Taurus, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah. So, exactly.
You know what I'm
When's his
saying?
birthday?
April 27th. He's 2 days before me.
Oh, wow. So, okay.
Yeah.
Man,
in fact, you'll probably get a chance to meet him because I'm going to invite him to the show in September. Yeah, most definitely. It's going to be a great night. It's at a Hilton, so it's a nice venue. It's at a Hilton in Norcross. So it's not at no, ratchet club, craziness. I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta be mindful and be careful out here.
Facts.
It's crazy.
It's getting crazy
So yeah, I'm excited about that. We're gonna get to see you light up the stage. But listen, before we get out of here, there's 3 things we gotta do, right?
Okay.
Before we get into the 3 things, which is gonna be your social media and shout outs and stuff. I know earlier, you told the people, that have been supporting you, you appreciate them and stuff like that. But you got 2 beautiful ladies sitting in this room right now. What would you want to say to them for supporting you?
Man, I love both of y'all. You crazy. You stupid. But I love both of y'all. Without y'all, it's no tie. I say that every day. You are the 2 people that raised me, outside of my granddad.
And rest in peace to him too.
Yeah, rest in peace to my guy, so there's no words I can say to y'all that I haven't already said or that I can't, say enough. So, I love both of you, and it wouldn't be me without y'all. So, yeah.
I'll tell you, there's something so special about a mother and a grandmother's love that's just unexplainable.
Oh, yeah.
Facts. Like hold them tight. I lost my mom last year, and I'll tell you. In fact, today is her birthday. Happy heavenly birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yeah, so it's like, but I'll tell you what. When you lose someone that close to you, not to get off on a tangent, it gives you a really sense of clarity in life, though.
It does.
You lost your grandfather. When you lose someone that close, it's like it almost a sense of clarity, knowing that okay, I can't be out here messing around because life is short. We don't know when it's going to be our last day. That's the only thing guaranteed in life is that our clock will expire at some point in time, but we don't know when it's going to be, most definitely. So before we get out of here, 3 things. 1, tell everybody where they can follow you and keep up with you on your social media.
And again, y'all can follow me on all my socials. So that's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even Facebook, even though I ain't really over there, but all of it. It's at official_Tylan. That's official_TYLAN.
Most definitely. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Shoot, shout out Bez, making this introduction.
Nah, for real, cause we locked in now.
Absolutely. Shout out my big bro Bugsy. Shout out Guitar Boy. My 2 producers. Shout out the fans, man. Shout out y'all. I love you guys, man. Without y'all, again, all this stuff, the great stuff that's happening for me, it wouldn't be possible without y'all. So just keep supporting. I'm sorry that it's been a delay with the music, but I promise it's about to come out, and when it comes, it's gonna be coming like this. So don't get mad when every week y'all see me like, hey, I'm dropping a new song, dropping a new song, like EP coming. So don't be mad when I be going crazy on social media telling y'all to do stuff coming, because y'all been on me the past 3-4 years telling me y'all not dropping it. So yeah.
But you know what though, a lot of people don't understand. As a musician, you have to strategically do it.
Absolutely.
You can't just be out here just randomly dropping music. You have to do it strategically, especially because you make great music.
Especially as an R&B artist.
Yes.
I got to realize that as an R&B artist, I got to be very strategic when I put things out. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Most definitely. Last but not least, before we get up out of here, right? We are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Yeah. You know what? I wanted to ask you one more question real quickly before we get into the last one. You mentioned you want to shout out to your fans. Do you have a name for your fans?
So Guitar Boy has been saying, man, we're gonna call him the Typhoon.
Okay,
the Typhoon. I mean, I don't know if it's stuck yet. I think we still, throwing things at the board, but right now that's like the name. You like, man, the Typhoon is coming. So the Typhoon is coming, guys.
Yeah, listen, I think that's important. We have a gospel artist that we signed to our independent label because we have a studio in Conyers, and her name is Lachey Knox, and she calls her fans the Knox Flock.
Oh,
the Knox Flock. Fine. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's so fine. It's like, because it's more personal.
Right.
So yeah, I like the Typhoons.
Yeah, you like the Typhoon?
Yeah, that's dope.
Okay, we might gotta keep it then.
We're gonna roll with it.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with that. Shout out Guitar Boy for that then.
Facts, man. Last but not least, we are live and direct right here on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. So the most important question of the whole conversation, you ready? Mm-hmm. You gotta let me know what makes you the industry's most wanted.
What makes me the industry's most wanted? I'm different, guys. Like I'm just a different breed. I'm cut from a different cloth, guys. Like I'm putting in all this hard work. Like I don't know too many artists that's doing what I'm doing right now. Like
especially at your age.
Exactly. I get up every day. I'm going to the gym with my trainer, going vocal lessons, going to rehearsals, working on this show that I got coming for y'all. So I'm just different. I'm cut from a different cloth. Like I feel like I'm cut from the cloth from like the older guys, like from the 90s, 80s, 70s. I'm cut from that type of cloth.
I love it.
You know, so
I could tell you're very, very, very mature for your age. You know, having a conversation with you is similar to having a conversation with my son, because like he was very advanced for his age, and you know, man, I love it. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Well, we about to get up out of here. It's been a pleasure to have you here. One more time, give me some of that Taurus love. I like the beads you got. I forgot to wear my beads today.
Yeah. But shout out my mom and my therapist. You know, my therapist, she teaches me all about like the chakras.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
I always make sure I got good energy on me, you know.
It is energy. My dad, I can't believe I didn't wear them. I'm so sad, but my dad always makes me beads. He makes me the earrings, the necklaces, the bracelets, the ring. He calls them ringlets.
You covered up.
Oh yeah, I'm covered. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be though. Gotta be.
Absolutely, because it's crazy out here.
It is. Definitely is.
We up out of here, y'all.